和誰之間相識結合了患難，情和情的關，輾轉裏掠過讚和讚。
All right, hello and welcome to Viva Physical Media episode
36.
Happy Viva Physical Media Day. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for this all day long.
All week. Last 2 weeks, I hope.
2 weeks.
I hope you guys are just sitting in front of YouTube,
Refreshing
refreshing your subscription until it came up.
Yeah.
We usually record it on Thursdays, but this time we did on Monday for reasons. And so last night was the Academy Awards, and we're not going to get into it, but you guys all saw.
Yeah, you guys saw that. That was crazy.
Crazy,
that was
right?
Live television, man.
That's live TV.
That's live TV.
I wish it was. I mean, part of me wishes it was like that every year. Just like, who knows what's going to fucking happen?
It should be. I think any live television should have something crazy happen.
Be live wire. They got to get those Jackass guys or Borat or whomever on there every year. Just someone up there to like.
Also,
the guy who plays Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen, not necessarily the character of Borat. Yeah.
I was gonna say. Jackass didn't win any awards, but it didn't come out until this year. So next year it'll sweep.
Next year
it will sweep.
Jackass forever sweeping the awards. You saw it, right?
Yeah, it was the best movie of the year.
So far.
So good. I mean, I haven't seen Worst Person in the World, which I heard I would love.
Right.
And I haven't seen X, which I know you watched and loved.
Yeah.
And I know I will watch and will also love. Yeah. So I've been a bit behind on the new movie train.
That was my
I haven't seen
favorite.
The Batman either.
That doesn't surprise me though. You're not like a superhero.
But this one's supposed to be like weirder.
It's not really. It's a Batman movie.
I heard that they cut a scene featuring our buddy Spaghetti Eatin' Barry.
Here he is.
Spaghetti Eatin' Barry.
And he sticks it in his mouth.
And then after this, here is the dog father eating spaghetti.
There we go.
But he's gonna be the new Joker.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I guess I'm fine.
Yeah.
I guess I do not really care. Spring fundraiser telethon coming up May 14th.
Yeah, all day Saturday, May 14th.
Let's do something crazy. We'll do something crazy.
All right.
We're gonna raise a lot of money. We're gonna teach you guys about Scarecrow and the power of physical media live. And like we just said, live television.
Live television.
Anything could happen.
Tune in for something crazy to go on there.
I'm just gonna slap Kevin across the face.
But for no reason. For no reason.
Who knows?
You're gonna have to watch the whole time because you don't know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You have no idea when it's gonna happen. It can happen
you don't know.
at any time.
So there's that. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
I'm not super excited about it, but a little bit.
We're gonna get Pacino and De Niro to come on and just stand there. Anyways, that's our little intro.
Here comes
Bye.
Here comes the show.
Here comes the show.
I'll go first.
Okay.
It's from Troy. Hi again, Troy.
Hello.
It says, "Hey guys, still loving the show." Well, that's good. That's good.
Phew.
Oh shit. Here's a physical media question for you. Sometimes the DVD will get stuck in the player. It's stuck or skipping the player. This never happens with DVDs I rent from you because you all rock, of course. Oh, thanks. But sometimes you get a library DVD has this gross smudge, peanut butter, Dorito dust, or something. Yeah. Rin's viewing experience, I recently had to stop Evil Dead halfway through because it became unwatchable. Question: what is the best way to clean off a disc in this situation? Is it safe to take soap and water to it?
Don't do that.
The answer is do not put soap and water on the disc. I mean, you could water isn't gonna hurt it. Don't put soap though because it could deteriorate the disc and stuff. It will do more damage. But like a little water probably isn't gonna hurt. You don't need to though. What you
like
usually
a mist.
should do.
If you're doing water, I wouldn't like put it under a running faucet.
No. And I mean the other way is just like if you like just do like a on the disc.
Hot breath on your disc,
and
rub it on your soft t-shirt.
On a t-shirt or a non-abrasive cloth of some sort.
Microfiber that comes with your glasses.
That's perfect.
That's a good one.
That's actually the perfect one. So if you have glasses and you have those microfiber things laying around, and then just go from the inside out when you wipe it off.
Yeah, don't.
Honestly, like the biggest problem we have around here with discs isn't like scratches. I mean, sometimes if it's deep scratches, if there's little scratches on a thing, that's not usually as much of a problem as like fingerprints and stuff. So if you ever have something that's like
especially
that,
with Blu-rays.
Yeah, like check
Especially
for like any kind of fingerprints, because that finger grease, the person grease, will cause a disc to skip and stop more than a little tiny scratch on the disc even.
Yeah, you can also, if you go to like Best Buy or something, you can buy disc cleaner spray that we have in the back.
Yeah.
But you really don't need to.
No, you don't need to, and it's
unless you're
similar-
running a video store out of your home. and if that's the case, let us
in
know.
Which case, congratulations.
Yeah, would love
and
to
we
see
can
it.
give you
Would love to
more
check it
advice
out.
or whatever. Yeah, send us some pictures of your cool video store you're running out of your home. But yeah,
Just think simple and gentle.
no need to throw it in the dishwasher or anything.
Oh my God, like lining up the discs. That'd be terrible.
That would be cute, but
It would be very cute.
it would be
Don't get us wrong.
yeah,
Very cute.
but it would destroy those discs.
Yeah. Hi, Emily, Kevin, and Rich. This is from Nick. Since you asked, I wanted to recommend a really fun DTV space horror movie called Dark Side of the Moon from 1990. Written by the guys who would later conceive the Conjuring franchise, it's a demonic possession movie in space that has pleasantly dark and serious tone. Feels kind of like The Thing meets The Exorcist meets Alien, or even Event Horizon, which did a similar thing in a way bigger budget. Also has Tyrell from Blade Runner in it for good measure. Hope you enjoy this genre-hopping trash as much as I did. Nick, did you get to watch this yet?
I haven't. I just pulled it. I pulled the box though, because I will.
I mean, he pretty much
cool.
sold it very like The Thing meets The
Have you seen
Exorcist
this?
meets Alien, or Event Horizon.
I might have seen it. I need to see the box though.
Yeah, but we have
Well,
it
it
on
takes
Blu-ray.
place in the year 2022.
Oh shit,
Wow,
we
we
gotta
gotta
watch this.
watch it.
All right. So well, thanks for the
Cool.
recommendation. That's awesome. This does look fun. and
Yeah, let's
we
watch
are
it.
definitely checking this out.
DTV. When's the next chili night?
Exactly. All right, let me read this one real quick here. Gucci Chinwag, manager Dragon City. Greetings, this is the Gucci Group. The progressive, influential, and innovative House of Gucci offers a radically modern interpretation of fashion under the visionary leadership... Oh, this is just some spam email we got.
Keep reading.
Under the visionary leadership of creative director Alessandro Michele, he updated the concept of luxury of the 21st century and strengthened his position as one of the most prestigious fashion houses in the world. Gucci products, multifaceted, modern, and romantic, embody the quintessence of Italian craftsmanship, as well as unsurpassed quality and attention to detail. Gucci is part of the Kering Group, a world leader in the field of clothing and accessories, owning a number of major brands, manufacturers of luxury goods, sportswear, and designer products. We would like to have cooperation with you. If you are interested, answer our letter and we will send you the details.
They want us to cooperate,
Our
Kevin.
best wishes, Anna King, commercial manager at Gucci Group. Wow.
Gucci wants us to cooperate.
Well, I mean, I guess what could it hurt to get a hold of the House of Gucci? Maybe they'll. Well, what's the worst case scenario? We get some handbags.
Maybe they'll send us some hats like Gaga wears in the movie.
Ooh.
That would be very cool.
Oh, man.
So Anna
right.
King from Gucci Group, we will cooperate.
Thanks.
Okay.
And then we had
got a bunch of these.
some physical mail we had here from our friend Alana Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker or Schoonmaker? You know what? I'm pronouncing it wrong again, I bet. But it was some donations, and she was kind enough to send us
These are cool little cards.
like a little card with, it was 3 boxes of stuff. Found Aunt Shirley's last stash of DVDs and VHS tapes. I hope you all have patrons who will enjoy them. I neglected to tell you that Aunt Shirley's last stash would not fit in one box. Oops. She says hi from assisted living. Just turned 95. Thanks for taking her physical
Shirley.
media. Viva.
Last one, I promise, at least by mail. If I ever force my laser discs on you, I'll drive them. How would you even ship, yo? Thank you, Alina. P.S. May the stickers be placed on any lonely surface you see fit.
And then she sent us these awesome. This is actually really cool. It's like a Bates Motel. Like
I
a
love
sticker
that
you'd get
one.
at, like if you were visiting the Bates Motel, you know, like a tourist sticker for your car.
Music by John Carpenter. This is rad.
And this is greetings from Genovia,
Genovia.
which is
Princess Diaries.
Princess Bride. Right?
Mhm.
Is it Princess Bride?
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Hey, Genovia update. It's not in Princess Bride. It is Princess Diaries.
It's only Princess Diaries. Well, someone had told me it was Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I bet they probably meant to say Princess Diaries,
No, it
but
wasn't
said
you. It was someone else.
Oh.
said
Some
Princess
other fucking
Bride
person.
on accident.
Is there a part where someone says, "The land I call my home"?
I'm pretty sure
Is
it's
it
the
like
song.
like a.
It's like the land. It's like their national anthem.
Is it like a? Okay.
You should see Princess Diaries.
I guess I'll have to now.
It's like really good though.
Is it a rom-com?
There's romance in it, but it's also mostly about a girl like finding herself.
Well, I mean, that's something I'm into. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a princess.
It's like that's like my kind of story. Well, anyway, I'm glad we've all learned something today. We've learned that Genovia is from Princess Diaries, and presumably Princess Diaries 2.
Yeah. Thank you.
There we go.
Bye.
There's some mail there. We're not done with mailbag yet.
Yeah, we have a mystery package.
Let's hope it's not a bomb.
Oh my God. Live TV.
Live TV? It's not live,
I know.
though. Oh my God, this is funny.
What is it?
That's amazing. That's funny. I just bought this book. I was reading it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is.
Blood, Sweat, and Chrome.
it's
Wow,
like
and true
the-
story of Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
by
it was
Kyle
going to be my
Buchanan.
next on our next next
club?
book club because it's like these oral. I'm into these oral histories. I got one for Dazed and Confused too. That's
Oh,
pretty
nice.
awesome.
Is it a bookmark?
It's from the Booksmith. It is a bookmark.
I love a
From
good
the
bookstore
Booksmith on
bookmark.
Haight Street
Iconic.
in San Francisco. Awesome. Thanks, Viva, for the great episodes. This is for whomever would be most interested or share, of course. P.S. I'm not the author's agent trying to promote this book, just a fan of the show. Aw, that's awesome.
Likely story.
It does, and I don't know who it's from. We don't know who.
There's no return address?
Oh, it's the Booksmith. So I mean,
Oh.
but there's no name. So it's from.
The mysterious
It's-
booksmith person.
It might be from whoever runs the Booksmith
that
store,
would be very cool.
which is super cool if it is. You should take that one.
Okay.
You
Well,
can both read it. You can have a whole.
An actual book club?
well, thank you, the Booksmith. This is
a great
This
mailbag.
is a pretty exciting mailbag. We all learned something. We
got
We got
presents.
presents.
Yeah. No, this was
Stickers.
great.
A book.
We got a movie recommendation. So yeah, if you want to send us some mail, viva@scarecrow.com is our email address, or you can send us something at 5030 Roosevelt Way, Northeast Seattle, Washington, 98105. Or you can drop stuff off in the store as well.
But not Blood, Sweat, and Chrome. We already have a copy of that now.
Mail. Bog. Oh. Okay, so I have a movie. I'm gonna go first.
What?
Is that okay?
That's
all right?
I'm fine with it. I just, well, it's a little weird. Is it going to be?
At least we're sitting in our normal spots this time.
That's true. We're not confusing anybody too much.
I'm going to do a movie from the legendary director Tsui Hark,
Yeah.
and the movie is Double Team. the iconic film Double Team. I've only seen one other movie of his, which is, I think it's called We Are Going to Eat You.
It's a good one. The one early. That's an early one.
And I haven't seen any of his other movies, which I've heard are fantastic. And
yeah, a lot
like,
of 'em.
he's like an esteemed director, and
He's a legendary like Hong Kong director, actor, choreographer guy. Oh, I mean, you should
And
definitely check out Zoo Warriors. That's probably my favorite. So you'll like that one.
so instead I'm going to talk about the 1997 kind of a trashterpiece,
Yeah,
if you will.
for sure.
Double Team. And this stars our three heroes, Mickey Rourke, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I mean, Mickey Rourke's the bad guy.
Mickey Rourke. Okay, so here's this crazy plot. Basically, also this was his American. I don't know if he's done any other like American movies after this.
He did one called Knockoff, also with Van Damme and Rob Schneider.
Weird. Anyways, this was his
also
American
kind of a
directorial
trashy piece. They're
debut.
Yeah.
This one won 3 Golden Raspberry Awards, which I don't know if are those the same as the Razzies.
It's the Razzies. Yeah.
Are you sure they're the same?
Yes.
And it bombed in theaters, but I had a lot of fun with it. Mickey Rourke is a terrorist who steals a bunch of plutonium. Also, I'm not sure if I'm going to get all the details of this right because it was everywhere. He steals a bunch of plutonium. He's going to do something crazy with it. Jean-Claude Van Damme is like a retired government anti-terrorist person, and he has to come out of retirement to stop Mickey Rourke from doing this.
Face it, Jack, you can't retire until he does.
In a mission gone horribly wrong, Mickey Rourke's family, and including a 6-year-old son, are killed, and he blames it on Jean-Claude Van Damme. And Jean-Claude Van Damme botches the mission as well. So he's sent to some place called the Colony, which is an island for government, like, people, like FBI agents and stuff who, like, fuck up their missions, basically, because they can't go back into normal society.
It's like it's essentially a takeoff of the TV show The Prisoner.
Okay. No, I've never seen it.
Which I've only seen a couple episodes of because I couldn't get into it.
Okay, not
but I know, but I'm like, I'd recognize the reference.
So this island is just like all these, and they're forced to provide like guidance and whatever on missions that are happening in the real world. He finds out that Mickey Rourke has like taken his pregnant wife, like hostage, and so he has to break out of the island. And the island also is surrounded by water that's like a laser grid is under the water.
Underwater lasers.
Doesn't make any sense. But he like times it out and he plans this whole escape thing and he like jumps on the back of a helicopter. The like physical stunts and everything in this are like very great. Yeah. Also at the beginning with the botched mission, it takes place at an amusement park and it's probably one of the coolest like long form like fight choreography and action scenes I've seen.
Okay.
Like very much using the environment to the advantage of everyone and it's just like really impressive. Without the fight scenes I think in this movie it would be
Well, I think that's the only reason
very bad, but not in a fun way.
That's why it
But it's
exists.
fun
is
in this way. He kind of teams up with this arms dealer played by Dennis Rodman, who's a really bad actor.
Well, this has been fun. Now, who in the hell are you?
And he's so tall, though. And he wears all these crazy outfits, kind of just like how he did in real life, or does.
He's basically playing Dennis
He's
Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. And he's doing all these basketball puns and jokes.
Now, that's what I call hang time. You're blocking the lane. It's time to get off the bench. I'll have to call it a 5-pointer.
In the movie, which is funny because in the movie he's an arms dealer and he has nothing to do with basketball at all. So it's kind of like, wait, get who this guy is, you know? It kind of culminates in an ancient Roman Colosseum.
In the Colosseum in Rome.
Yeah, but it actually was filmed at the Ares Amphitheater in France.
Oh.
So
okay.
little trivia there for you.
There's a bunch of Coke.
Have you been there?
Coke machines? I have not been there.
To the Ares Amphitheater.
I have not been to the Ares Amphitheater.
Okay, yeah,
Where
there's a lot of Coca-Cola product placement in this.
Coca-Cola at the end?
And it's Coke machines in the amphitheater that there's a big explosion and they kind of like hide behind because that would work apparently. There's an escaped tiger that runs around trying to get them. There's a big gunfight in a hospital in the baby ward. So they're like pushing strollers with babies in them everywhere. It's pretty fun. They got the Razzie for worst on-screen couple, Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I thought was kind of funny.
That's fair.
I think this is a really fun 90s action movie if you're looking for something a little different, and it has really impressive stunt work. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is like weird physical perfection. There's a scene where he's literally just like stretching and putting his leg like up on the door frame, doing that thing that like kids used to do, you know, how they like, how did you ever do this when you were a kid? Like jumping up and like putting your legs on either side of the hallway and kind of like spidering yourself
He's
up.
famous for his splits moves, you know. So,
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that truck clip. It's a funny little piece of 90s action movie filmmaking that I'd never heard of before. So I'd say it's a really good time, especially the end with the tiger, the Coliseum, the Coke machines,
it's
the
a pretty
explosions.
spectacular climax.
Yeah. So go ahead and give it a shot. Maybe I'll check out more of this guy's movies since he's done a bunch of other better
Definitely
things,
should,
probably.
Yeah, I mean.
So double team. They don't play by the rules.
My next pick, I cheated again because last time I did two. I mean, they were on the same disc, but this time I cheated in a different way. And it's because I'm very excited for the new movie coming out that may be out by the time this is out, but is Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh. So I thought I want to talk about Michelle Yeoh, but I didn't want to just talk about one movie. So I was like, I'll pick.
Why not
three movies?
Why not three?
And actually, technically four. One of them's a sequel. So I was like, you know, I'll just do a quick survey of some Michelle Yeoh movies. And I did rewatch all of these.
The nerve of this guy over here picking 4 movies.
Right. So my picks are 4 Michelle Yeoh movies. Yeah, well, it's our show. We can do whatever we want.
That is
we can
true.
Do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
No one's saying I have to just pick one movie.
Yeah, totally.
Pick as 12 movies.
Pick as many as you want.
Pick as many movies.
Next time, I'm not going to pick any movies.
Well, you have to pick one.
I know.
You have to pick at least one.
I'll pick more than one.
Pick as many movies as you want. At least one. First movie I want to talk about is directed by Corey Yuen. And it is her first movie that she did after being like Miss Malaysia. And she like just came to Hong Kong and they were like, we're going to put you in a movie. She'd like, studied some Kung Fu. She studied dance mostly. And they were like, we're putting you in this action movie. And even, you know, all the guys back then were kind of like, okay, we'll see. She's like the headlining star, and her and Cynthia Rothrock, they're not in it as much as you'd wish, honestly. There's like long sections where it's Tsui Hark, who you were just talking about, and some other bumbling crooks. And all those action scenes are awesome. There's this great scene where Tsui Hark is jumping through this crazy house he's got, and he's like, you know, this guy's chasing him around, but he's like got this apartment all rigged up with like electric fences and stuff. But any scene with her and or Cynthia Rothrock just like kicking ass is great. Why isn't there an hour more of just her
kicking ass?
But I mean, in the movie's defense, it is awesome, and the climax is just them like fucking up a bunch of bad guys and kicking ass. So. Yeah, so definitely check
kick
out.
and punch their way through the investigation.
So definitely, yeah, exactly. So definitely watch Yes, Madam. Also with Cynthia Rothrock, who became huge in Hong Kong movies and then moved to America and, you know, did like a bunch of like martial arts movies here that aren't as good as the Hong Kong ones, partly because, you know, the Hong Kong ones put their actors in danger more, so the stunts are way more awesome. Next one was years later. After she had retired briefly, she got married and retired, and then when she got divorced, she came back to movies, and I think this was her first one back, and it's the Heroic Trio. Starring her in the legendary Maggie Cheung. And the late, great Anita Mui, who was also a huge star in the 90s, but she sadly died of cancer in like 2003 or something like that. It's like a superhero movie.
From the genius behind a Chinese ghost story series.
Yep, and it's directed by Johnny To and Ching Sui Tung, who directed Duel to Death, which I talked about a couple episodes ago. He did all the action choreography in this, so like they're kind of co-directors.
Yeah.
She stars as the Invisible Woman. Anita Mui is Wonder Woman, and Maggie Cheung is the thief catcher. Well, they all call her Chat in there. They call her CHAT, which is French for cat, because she's like a cat burglar or whatever.
Cute.
But yeah, it's like a female sort of centered superhero thing.
Cool.
Sort of. It's not post-apocalypse, but it is like dystopian a little bit. It's great. Yeah, you'd love it. It's super fun. The action is great throughout. Obviously, her part is like. Sort of, she's like the most serious one in it, so it's not like super fun. But you know, again, it's a lot of it's kicking ass, and there's a part where like the bloody skeleton is like wrapped around her and is making her and is like forcing her to do kung fu against her friends and stuff. And number 3 is actually it's gonna be quick. This is a sequel to Heroic Trio called Executioners. It's not as good. It's way more bleak and dark. It's more of like a post-apocalypse. I would compare it sort of in a way to Mad Max and the Road Warrior, although like Road Warrior is more awesome than Mad Max. But it's like this is like now it's like a post-apocalypse movie. Yeah. And like they've broken up, and so it's kind of like the Heroic Trio doesn't really come back together to fight bad guys until the end, and so it's not like it's kind of not.
So it's not really about the trio.
There's more drama, and it's awesome still. You should still check it out. But it's not as cool. And yeah, and by the end it's like, but it's still pretty good.
Okay.
And the last one, the copy we have is called Akam, but it's also known as The Stunt Woman. This is a great movie by the director An Hui, who recently got a director's section here, and she had a Criterion release not too long ago, a movie called Boat People. A lot of her movies are like these sort of serious social dramas mostly about like refugees and like below the line people in Hong Kong and China, and this is kind of no different. She plays a woman who walks onto a movie set and basically is like, hey, I know all this stuff, I'm going to become a stunt woman. And so she becomes a stunt woman. She kind of gets in with the stunt crew led by Sammo Hung, who is excellent in the movie. He's really good. But it's sort of just this drama, and I love behind the scenes movies. And so like that's like right up my alley. She falls in love with a guy. He's like, hey, marry me. And then she's like, he moves her to China, and she's running this bar for him. But, she's not happy. she was happy doing the stunt stuff, but he's like, I'm going to take you away from that. And so it's interesting because it's actually made by a woman, so I think it has a more nuanced perspective.
Yeah, the commentary on
that. And it's not an action movie, although it does devolve into that at the end.
Interesting.
Like the last third kind of turns into a Hong Kong crime movie, which seems weird, and it seems like maybe that was planned, but also there's a stunt about halfway through the movie where she jumps off a bridge onto a moving truck. In the outtakes at the end, you see people pulling her off of there, and she almost broke her back, or did break her back or something, jumping off of there. And so she was seriously injured filming this movie, and so they had to sort of rush shooting the end of it. And so I think it was probably going to be a little longer, have more meat to it, like more connective tissue between the stunt woman stuff.
And they had to sacrifice some stuff because of her injury.
Yeah, I think that's the case. So sort of the movie just kind of like ends, and you go like, oh.
I was just having a good time.
Okay, but I still would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I think all of these movies I've been talking about deserve like some really nice Blu-ray releases, but especially this one. I think this is an excellent movie, and I would love to see more behind the scenes kind of like stuff, people who made the movie talking about it. Check out all of the movies of Michelle Yeoh. I've heard nothing but good things about her new movie, which I'm sure which I may have seen by this point when you see this. So. I loved it. I don't know.
You probably loved it.
Anyway, living legend Michelle Yeoh. Give some of her old stuff a look.
So we're moving away from Hong Kong and Hong Kong directors.
Altogether.
And we're moving towards a place a little different. That place is Wisconsin for the chill factor. A little slice of regional filmmaking by Christopher Webster. Never did any other movies. Not before, not after. This came out in 1993. It's in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Filmed there as well. Group of college-aged friends, like 3 couples, and then 2 of them, one of them is a brother and sister. They're different relations. They all have drama within their group. They're on a snowmobiling vacation, which I don't know what that really means. They just snowmobile everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be like camping in the winter, but with snowmobiles.
I guess
it's a a northern states kind of thing. Wisconsin for sure.
I guess maybe it's a normal thing, and I'm just like, I don't fucking know. It starts off, and it's like slow pan of these kids snowmobiling, and there's a really like weird haunting narration. Very like Stand By Me-esque of one of the girls, but it's 30 years later, and she's talking about how she remembers the time that her and her friends went on their snowmobiling vacations. So you're like, oh, weird, like what is what happened? They all look so happy.
The nightmare came to me before dawn, sneaking into my mind, disguising itself as an ordinary dream. And that's when the first chapter of my life, my childhood, ended.
Like I said, there are different dramas happening. They're a group of close friends, but also like ex-lovers, lovers, whatever. And they stop by a local bar for some beers as the storm approaches and it starts getting like blizzardy outside. And there's a bunch of like mean, rude locals at the bar, and they're all like, oh, like, who are you young kids, blah, blah, blah. Then they get drunk and they decide to see who out of 2 of the guys is the fastest on their snowmobile. And they ask the bartender if she has a suggestion of where they can go race. And she's like, yeah, the old abandoned like lake, the frozen lake bed, basically. Yeah. Even though they're like 10 beers in, they like go snowmobile out to that, and there's a storm coming also. And they do this race, and then one of the guys flips his snowmobile and smacks himself into a tree and is knocked unconscious. And so they're freaking out because it's snowing super hard, and they're like, there's no one around. No one. The lady said no one lives around here. They're miles from the bar. They're drunk. Snowmobiles.
Sounds like a bad snowmobile.
So they eventually find this. It's kind of like it looks like an old church, but it's also like maybe it was like a community center of some sort. There's like a lot of religious iconography on it. It's completely abandoned, boarded up. They get in there and they just have to seek shelter and like wait it out and try to clean up the guy. One of the guys is like a doctor. He's like learning how to be a doctor. He's in school or something. So he's like, okay, we can't move him, blah, blah, blah. So from there, it just kind of gets weirder and weirder as it becomes known that this place that they're in used to be a place for satanic rituals. They keep finding all these, they find a Ouija board, they find weird like bleeding Jesus statues, they find other just creepy items, and then supernatural shit starts happening. The guy who got into the accident kind of comes to and he becomes possessed, and so he's acting all weird. There's a lot of like strange satanic fucking. And there's some crazy deaths. There's an industrial fan decapitation. Okay. There's an icicle impalement. So it kind of turns into this slasher with like demonic supernatural elements after this like weird kind of like slice of life friendship indie drama that it starts out with. Sold. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's you never really know where it's gonna go, and it's just kind of outside the box 90s slasher. Very low budget, and the blizzard, the set in the snow and the blizzard is kind of unique. Yeah. And then, there's also a demonic, like, snowmobile race at the end as well. Arrow put it out, so this cover is really cool. The inside cover is also pretty rad.
It's also good, yeah.
The chill factor. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on the slopes, which is interesting.
It's not about skiing.
It's not about skiing. I'm not a snowmobiler. Maybe they call it that when you just
I don't think they
drive a snowmobile.
No, I don't think they do. Yeah. No.
Anyways, and just the fact that it's narrated by the surviving woman 30 years later as she reminisces.
That's kind of fun.
You know, sometimes I feel like I've watched like every fucking 80s and 90s slasher, and then you find something like this and you're like, oh, that was kind of a blast.
Nice.
So yeah, check out the chill factor.
All right, so moving on to an entirely different country, but staying in the frozen tundra lands.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about a movie, weirdly, I hadn't seen. I feel like I've seen all this guy's movies, but I hadn't seen Akira Kurosawa's Dersu Uzala. Which was a shame because this movie is awesome. And he won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. He won that twice, I think, for this and Rashomon. He was probably nominated more than twice.
I'm sure.
And this was Akira Kurosawa's only film not in Japanese. It's a Russian film. Right. This was after a period where he had fallen on hard times and he'd attempted suicide in 1971. Thankfully, did not succeed in suicide because for the one, that would be very sad. Also because for us, he had a lot of masterpieces left in him, and it was not the end of the line. But he had his last movies were not well received, and so this was sort of like he came back with this, and Japan wouldn't make his movies anymore. No one was giving him money to make movies, but these Russian producers, Soviet Union at the time, Soviet producers gave him some money to make this movie. And it was a movie he'd always wanted to make from this book. It was a memoir of this Russian soldier. There's a longer TV version. I've just seen this one. I imagine it's more and longer, so it's probably pretty good. But this is the one that was released theatrically and won awards and stuff. Also, his only movie shot in 70mm. It's a shame because this is not a great DVD. It is Kino Video, which is weird because they're putting out a ton of great stuff right now, and I just don't know what the rights situation is with this movie because
it looks like it's out of print too.
It's out of print, yeah, and it seems like this would be ripe to put on like a Blu-ray or 4K because it's an awesome movie. It's basically about this Russian soldier, and he's with a group of surveyors, other soldiers, and they're surveying the tundra of Siberia in the early 1900s, and they run into this hunter, Dersu Uzala. And he's this old man living out there hunting and stuff, and he kind of is basically a 3-hour movie kind of about their sort of their friendship and how they gain, he trusts this guy, and Dersu Uzala is just like a great character. Mm-hmm. He's funny and weird, and he helps them. He shows them like, oh, well, you're gonna die out here if you don't do this, and Captain is narrating it the whole time from his memoirs. And it's just sort of their friendship and how that forms. At the beginning, he's in a town and he's like looking for a grave, and he's going, there was a grave here, it was by these trees, and they're like, where's that? And he's like, oh, I don't know, there's a house there, there were trees there before. So it's kind of like, yeah. So Dersu is dead at the beginning of the movie, so then it sort of flashes back and shows his life. But it's made by Akira Kurosawa, who, in my mind, never made a bad movie. The worst movie he ever made is good. He's Akira Kurosawa. He's remembered as one of the greats for all time. But it's weird. Like, I mean, honestly, the movie's really good, and I'm talking more about the making of it and stuff. But it's really interesting just how his career went, because he's like this guy we think of and go like, oh yeah, Kurosawa, fuck yeah. He's a master filmmaker. Dude had trouble making movies for a while. I mean, like in the 80s, George Lucas and Coppola were the ones giving him money because they loved him, but nobody in Japan would give him money, so they funded like Ron and Kagemusha and stuff. It just shows you that, yeah, when we look back at these guys and go like, oh yeah, look at all this classic work they did, but it was like harder to make than you think.
So if you're
you know
ever
what I mean?
struggling out there and you just can't be creative and you can't write anything or you can't make something, remember Kurosawa also went through the shit.
Absolutely. Originally, for Dersu, the studio wanted Mifune to play Dersu, and I think it was a scheduling thing or something, and so Mifune couldn't do it. And I think that's such a benefit to the movie. It's played by this Russian actor, Maxim Munzuk, who I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But if it was Mifune, it would probably be a good performance, because Mifune rarely was bad.
Yeah.
But it's like putting Tom Cruise in the movie or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like when you put that star there, there's all this baggage that goes with it.
Sometimes you can't see past the star.
Right, it would be that Tertiary Mifune playing this character. And this guy feels like when he shows up in the movie...
He is the character.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know who this fucking guy is. As far as I know, this is a documentary, and this guy wandered out of the woods and ruined the movie, but then they wait, let's make a movie about him. You know,
that's awesome. That's great.
That's how it feels. So it's
a good performance.
So yeah, exactly. Check out Akira Kurosawa's Dersu Uzala.
Dog movie time.
Dog movie time.
What do we got?
Well, we have a treat this time. Or was it a treat?
We have 9 little treats.
nine.
We have 9 old,
very old,
90-year-old treats.
These dogs, all of these dogs are definitely not with us anymore. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to these good boys of yore.
All these good boys and girls, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Dogville Collection, and no, I do not mean the Lars von Trier Dogville.
No, we're not watching that.
That has nothing to do with dogs. Although I think Nicole Kidman like murders an imaginary dog at the end of that movie.
But isn't Man the real dog?
Oh boy. So that's actually a good segue into what these are, because isn't Man the real dog, or is
and aren't these dogs
really
the real men?
Because I don't know if you don't know what the Dogville collection is. It's 9 short films that were made between 1929 and 1931.
Zion Myers and Jules White, who went on to do the Three Stooges.
Mm-hmm. So these were short films that were shown, before movies back in the day, 29 to 31, and there are 9 of them. And what they did was they had a bunch of trained dogs. They dressed them up in people clothes.
Lots of hats. Each one is parodying a certain blockbuster genre. So
or bearing the lead. You didn't watch all of these.
Okay, so you guys, these sound cute and fun, and they are. They truly are. The novelty wears off real quick. Kevin warned me, and I should have listened, not to try to watch them all at once. Fine, I'll watch half, and I'll watch the next half, and then I tried to watch 4 in a row, and I just couldn't do it. So I didn't watch last 3, but I kind of skimmed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same.
Here's
it's
what I'm saying. That's totally fair, because best way to watch these is to space them out. I spaced them out over a week, and I can tell you what. I don't remember for at least 3 or 4 of these. Let's read off the titles. Hot Dog.
This one is parodying the melodrama and love affair and a courtroom trial scene.
If you round my wife again, I'll tear you limb from limb.
You big brute, you!
Oh!
I am innocent. I swear I am innocent.
There's a lot more murder in these than I was expecting, too. Like dogs getting shot by other dogs.
Yeah.
College Hounds.
That's like a college sports movie.
Yep. Who Killed Rover?
That's one I didn't watch.
That one's a murder mystery.
I heard that one was wild. Okay.
It's as wild as any of them.
Yeah,
Like it,
okay.
I don't know. The wildest part of that one, I'll tell you what's wild about that one. There's a part where like the cops are coming after the murderer, and they've got a dog. The dogs. Everybody's a dog.
They have a dog on a leash?
Yeah, they have a little dachshund on a leash.
Sherlock has the scent.
That's like the police dog, and you're like, so wait, is that dog?
Would you rather them have a human on a leash?
Well, oh, yeah, maybe, or a cat. Anyway, the thing is that it's like in this world. Then is that dog a dog, or is this like a weird world where like some
There's a
dogs are like
subspecies?
yeah, or they're like
Some dogs are lower. No, because there are dachshunds.
Yeah.
There are dachshunds in the other ones.
I know.
They
Anyway,
are lower to the ground.
I'm clearly overthinking it, but it's something you do when you watch these things. That was one of that. So anyway, the Dogway melody.
That one
Which
was
is like
fun. I almost didn't watch that, but then I kind of skimmed through. Really like that one. That was like the music, like a show.
Yeah.
Showbiz. Fuck me.
Oh, it is about showbiz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's
That
like
was the
it's
word
like
I was trying to figure out. Showbiz.
yeah, it's all these dogs putting on a show. One of them.
Yeah, but then there's the behind the scenes drama that goes with it.
right, for
is what
sure.
I'm trying to say.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And some of them singing in the rain.
Yeah, I love that one.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Love that.
So Quiet on the Canine Front.
What? Punch! Quite right! Punch!
So Quiet on the Canine Front is like a direct parody of All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's true. Love Tales of Morocco.
You all never did tell us why you enlisted in the Legion.
And the wine had set my blood on fire.
What are they called?
It's like the Foreign Legion one,
Yeah.
and it's like all these dogs sitting around going like, "Why'd you join?" And or they're all because of a woman. Of
course.
And all the movies, almost all of them star the lead dog is the same dog.
There's
And
also
then-
the bad dog Scartail.
Yeah, and then the hot lady dog is always this like I think she's a French bulldog or something.
Yeah.
Dressed in lady clothes. The Big Dog House, which is a prison movie.
Stick 'em up. Why, it's the boss.
Two Barks Brothers.
Brothers on opposite sides of the law.
Yep.
Say, partner, it looks like breakfast time round here. Sure it does, Bo. Let's rustle some grub. Venomous, mangy, flea-bitten king of Dogville gangland, Scar-tail Growler. When I was a baby, some gypsies stole me from me mother, and since then life has just been a fight to keep me body and soul together.
The only one of these that actually where I was like, no.
It's Trader Hound.
Are here to rescue from a tribe of fierce savages the beautiful white doggess.
These were made in 1929, 1931.
Isn't there blackface in Trader Hound?
In the 1929, 1931, if there was a black actor in a movie, often it would be someone who was a porter or a bartender or something. There's one of these, I can't remember which one, where there is a dog like using a drink shaker, and then it's a black dog, and then he says like a generic like
a stereotypical thing.
Because it's all dubbed over by actors, and it says like something, and you're kind of like, eh. Trader Horn is also of its time. It's like explorers going, and
like a jungle movie.
They run into the natives, who are like black dogs. But and that's like offensive, of course. The part that pissed me off in Trader Hound was that there's a like 5-minute section of this, and these are movies by the way.
They're like 15 minutes.
Yeah, these are movies by the way where they just dress up dogs and have them walk around on their hind legs and do people stuff. And that's the gimmick. In this one, there's a 5-minute section at least where a guy dressed as a gorilla and a guy dressed as a lion just wrestle each other.
The kid has a stranglehold on Leo's tail, but Leo's game. African game.
A guy?
Yeah, people. And in any other
People
situation...
in my Dogville
Exactly.
shorts?
In any other situation, I would be like, sure, fine. You know, in a Three Stooges short, sure, have a guy dressed as a lion, a guy dressed as a monkey fight each other. These are supposed to be just dogs dressed as people
I don't
doing
want people
fucking
in my dog
shit.
shorts.
Exactly.
I want a dog dressed as a lion fighting another dog dressed as a monkey.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Like-
Trader Hound was by far my least favorite of them.
What was your favorite one?
I can't remember.
You have to choose.
You like the Dogway Melody a lot.
Yeah, that was my favorite, I would say. And you know what's funny about that is I didn't even watch the whole thing. I'm going to tell you guys right now. But I did love what I saw of it.
I like the honesty. I like
radical honesty.
I think I liked the Love Tales of Morocco because it was like it had all the because every time it would flash to one of their
stories.
their stories,
'Cause also
like
there
there
was
was all
different
different
stories
genres
in it, yeah.
So it was like one guy's was like a western, and it like takes place in like
There
a
was
western
a lot of
saloon.
dog gun shooting in that one.
There's so much dog gun
There was a
shooting.
lot of gossipy women dogs, like at the salon. I love the gossipy women dogs.
Yeah.
The villain that's in a couple of these is named Scartail, and he's the beer king.
Yeah.
He uses fleas for his hops.
That's
apparently. Lots of dogs drinking and smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are always smoking in this. I really liked when the dog shaved. But after a while, it's like when you first see it, you're like, oh, haha, this is cute and funny. And then after a while, like I said, the novelty wears off and you're just kind of like, okay. And then I was like, this looks like just really uncomfortable for the dogs. It looks really unnatural. Like there's clearly like wires pulling some of the dogs' arms up. And like at one point in the college when they play football, and you can tell that there's like sticks like in their shirts to make them like straight and stuff like that. But then you did send me an article where they investigated, like the animal cruelty people like investigated and found that these dogs were treated like super amazing, like had air conditioning. This was the 20s and 30s. Had air conditioning in their unit, were eating like steaks, like were really like loving and stuff. And the animal trainer was like, if you treat dogs well, they're more likely to be dependable with the stunts. If a dog
They're gonna want to act.
Yeah, a dog who's treated like shit isn't gonna want to do these stunts. So I guess that's great.
It's better than like hearing that they like killed all of them or some shit.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God. So unnatural for the dogs to be doing these things. Which I know is a joke. I know.
It's never not unsettling and also kind of funny when they're walking around on their hind legs.
I did love the Dogway melody. There's musical number. The Singing in the Rain musical number was great. All of the dogs in the rain with their raincoats on was very cute. In the Dogway melody, minute 6, second 28.
What? Wow.
They're showing the harem of all the dog ladies.
Yeah.
And they're literally just showing all these different dogs. And then they show this one little wiener dog who's dressed up. And a dog next to the wiener dog gets up. And the wiener dog slowly just like tips over, but to like the beat of the music. So there's like little things like that brought a smile to my face.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty impressive for how long ago that was. You know, it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. And,
I was like looking at some of these dogs and I was like, what if like my dog's related to like, like what if my dog's related to like one of the Dogville Shorts actresses?
What if?
I mean, she could be.
That would be amazing.
I'm waiting on those DNA test like results, like maybe.
Do you think they'll say that in the DNA
They're like,
test?
they're
Dogville, like related
she was
to
harem
Dogville
girl
Shorts.
number 4. Like, I don't know. That'd be tight.
I don't know if they're that specific, but I hope so.
Maybe.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I guess this really is like the godfather of all the dog movies we watch today.
Kind of. I mean, this is like
Show
the direct
clip of the dog father eating spaghetti again, just one more time. So yeah, Dogville Collection.
How many paws are you gonna give this?
I'm gonna give it 3, even though I didn't like love watching all of it, because I feel like just the fact that it exists, and the intricate little costumes and hats they put on those dogs.
It was a whole fucking production. Yeah, 3 for sure.
3.
But not quite 4 because it's also like it's like a little weird, and like if you watch too many in a row, it is boring.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of hopefully not boring.
Hopefully not. Yeah, we had one of our fans recommend this to us.
And it is, so this is our next dog movie, is Zoltan, Hound of Dracula.
I'm excited about this. This looks
AKA
really fun.
Dracula's dog.
His night to howl. Dracula's dog.
A title I like much better, honestly.
You don't like the Zoltan in it?
I mean, I just think Dracula's dog is a funnier title.
Yeah, it's funnier.
Dracula, son of Dracula, and Dracula's dog. Dracula's dog. Not even dog of Dracula.
It's his dog.
Dracula's dog.
That's his dog. Love the cover. Looks promising.
Yeah.
Blood Crazed Devil Dogs. We'll go for it.
Aha! A boatload of bimbos for my harem.
We're done with this episode. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you walk away with some cool recommendations. You know now that you might want to check out the Dogville shorts. You might want to watch one of the movies we talked about, maybe Double Team if you're feeling spicy.
Yeah, if you're feeling like watching a movie with Tsui Hark, you can watch Yes Madam, or of all of the millions of other Michelle Yeoh movies I recommended tonight.
You know how to clean a disc.
You know how to clean a disc.
You know what a spam email from Gucci sounds like.
You know that Genovia
is from Princess Diaries,
not the fucking Princess
Bride.
Bride.
You probably already knew that. Send us some mail, like our stuff, share our videos, subscribe, comment below. We're going to still be taking your votes for Ranch versus Rom, even though it's a clear sweep.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, comment on this one, but also you comment on the last one if it's...
Any 27 Dresses fans out there, we really need to hear from you.
Seriously, if there's anybody, because there's a complete lack of votes for 27 Dresses so far.
And honestly, you guys, California Hot Wax is great. But yeah, let us know if this is your first time watching. Like, say hey in the comments. Say what's up. Email us viva@scarecrow.com. Check out Scarecrow if you're in the area, or if you're not, you can rent by mail. Go to our website to figure out how to do that.
Yep, the links are below too.
Yeah.
And go to check out Scarecrow Radio, our podcast, and check out Mark Steiner's
Soundtrack Cinema. Which you'll never remember.
Which I literally listened to all like 3 episodes today that I had, and I'm like, I don't know. And then we record this, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Sometimes you don't need to know what this is called, but this is called Viva Physical Media. And until next time,
do that.
Viva Physical Media. Bye.
Genovia, the land I call my home. Genovia.